So before I give my good, bad, or ridiculous, that was for you, John. I'm gonna start with you, JP. Good, bad, or ridiculous?
I thought that was bad. Okay, because what stood out for me is that the kids are crying. And the point that he was making, which is they are siblings and they want to see each other. And so he's pleading with her, if I'm understanding correctly, please don't allow our adult drama to negatively affect our kids. Because when you choose to become a parent, you are choosing to put your kids first. You are no longer the most important. Now, usually in these situations, that kind of drama unfolds because the new woman is someone that he cheated on the old woman with. That's why she hates that woman and says,
Mm-hmm.
"You ain't bringing that hoe in my house." But his point, because they didn't give that background
Right.
information, but usually that
You can
level of
read between the lines.
yeah, that level of resentment is because no, that's the woman that you cheated on me with, and you think you're gonna bring her up in my house. She disrespected me and our relationship. You did too. She ain't coming. But I still think that his point that hey, it's been years, we gotta move past it, and we can't negatively affect our kids because of that. I agree with that. So I thought it was bad on her part that she did not allow the woman to come because she's basically like a stepmother.
Right. And you know what? You are I can't say for sure, but allegedly he probably did cheat on her with that woman and got that baby on her with that woman. Because
Yeah.
if you notice, he said, that was long time ago. You need to let that go. Why else would she have? And then there was even another point in the video when the mom was like, "Put your baby down." Now, why you just gonna tell this woman to put the baby down if you ain't ready to calm her down?
Mhm.
I
But I'm
missed
gonna
that
move
part.
on to you next, Johnny. Quick. So we have one bad with JP. I'm keeping a tally on this
Uh,
one.
I'm torn between bad and ridiculous. The part that JP touched upon, we have to get outside of ourselves and realize these are kids, and sometimes we have to sacrifice what we want to do as an adult for the sake of the kids, because you create learned behavior, and when they see this, it condones things that happen later on where they may not respect the new girlfriend, or the other kid may not respect this lady, and you have kids and you have to have a mutual side of respect. Now the other thing is, this shouldn't have evolved on the day of. He shouldn't have showed up with the ex girlfriend. He should have talked to her
Bam.
beforehand and said, "Hey, I'm bringing my girl with me. Is this going to be a problem?" So they can have a mature conversation and get to the point of, let's work this out. Let's make this happen for the kids. Because one thing I like to talk about my family is, if my family accepts, they accept you even if you move on to another relationship. They allow people to still come back, because one of my aunts, she used to have a Labor Day party every year, and my uncle, her former husband, would bring his wife to that party. No problems, no situations. Not everybody can do that, but once you reach a certain level of maturity, you can do those things. But these are conversations that you have prior to the birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll leave it at that.
Exactly, John. Exactly. I'm willing to believe he didn't tell. He may have said that I'm bringing his sister, but he didn't mention that the mama had to come too. Now, before I go to you, Mr. Coleman, I'm gonna have to take a and I need to light my black and mask. Just give me about 15 seconds, all right?
Hold on, dog. You saying that like I'm a problem or
See, I
something,
gotta
man.
know where you. No, cause see, salute.
uh,
All right, I'm ready for you, sir. Go ahead.
I, I get what y'all saying, and from a mature standpoint, that is accurate, right? But you can't roll up on me in my daddy house. I don't care what I did in the streets. I don't care how wrong I am. You roll up in my daddy house and we gonna box. That's just what my daddy taught me. Don't nobody roll up on the crib. I hate that they didn't give the backstory on this, right? So we could really know why old girl really got upset, and we kind of have an idea of what it is. But my thing is this, like John and Laverio have said, and even to a degree, I'm agreeing with you, JP. He should have let her know that he was bringing old girl before. When he didn't do that, and he showed up with her, and me and you already got issues, you showed up to my house. That's a problem. You don't roll up on my crib like that. I don't. I mean, we told the story a couple of years ago. I was at my daddy house right when my stepmother passed. We about to sell the house. A little crackhead rolled up on us. We got to get down. And I was mad at myself because I let the crackhead come up into the driveway. And my daddy, if my daddy had still been alive, my daddy would have said, "Why you didn't whoop his ass in the street? You don't let nobody step up on your property like that." So I know it's bad, but I got to give it a good because you can't roll up on my shit like that when you know we got issues. I don't care who you with. I don't care who we in front of. You roll up on my house and me and you got issues, we gonna get down.
On site.
Okay. See, I knew he was gonna bring another perspective.
I might even see you on the plaza. You know what I'm saying? If I see you on the plaza, we can stay on our sides of the streets and keep walking. You roll up on my daddy house, we got to get down. You can't do that.
On site.
We just covered all perspectives.
You can't roll up on my daddy house.
No. And actually, I can agree with that too.
I can too, and I can agree with that. Now, but I'm gonna tell you, to me, this one was a full house for me, fellas. It's good in it. My good was different from his good. I got some bad, and I got some motherfucking ridiculous on this shit too. Okay, now I'm gonna go with the good shit first. The good was the girlfriend. She was smart and knew she didn't have no hands, or she didn't want to stoop to that level in front of her child. Okay, so I'm gonna take that one.
I'm gonna take that one.
Yeah, that's my good in it. Okay, now the bad is you acting an ass in front of your son and all these other kids that's out here. I mean, you're not setting a good example. No, he was wrong. If he came up on the spot without letting you know that, you still need to be the bigger person because today ain't your day. This ain't your day to be up on him up on you. This is your son's day. This is a day for your son to remember. And this is the memory he's going to have on whatever birthday that is. That when he went to go to his daddy, you held him back from going to his daddy. He couldn't go grab his little sister and play with his little sister on his birthday. I mean,
LV, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
On this particular point that you're making, you remember it's some shit that when we was kids that happened to us, and it was bad at the time, but now as adults, when we sit around with our siblings, we be like, "You remember that time Daddy hit me upside my head?" And we all be laughing. You know what I mean? So it's bad in the moment, but when them kids get older, I dare you to say that little boy be like, "That time Daddy rolled up on my mouth." And mama like she's about to throw them hands. Mama ain't no joke. I never ran up on mama. That's the other perspective of that. So it's still bad.
He gonna tell the story. Y'all notice I didn't try to go past mama. She wasn't gonna give me no backhand.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a story later on. You know what I mean?
But still, that's still bad. And to me, the ridiculousness of it all. Everybody on the damn block know the history between the three of them. The neighbor over there was like, "Yeah, you tripping, girl. Go and let them babies up here so they can play." Yeah. You know, I mean, and we as people, man, we have to be better. I mean, honest, you're gonna have your animosities and your disagreements, but keep that shit behind closed doors. Don't have everybody out there on the block in your shit. And then if they have something to say about it, you want to get an attitude. That's just like with social media. Don't post shit on social media you don't want nobody to comment on. Don't get butt hurt and get your feelings hurt because they say you look like a fool or you
Listen.
But find that chick, and you went out and spent all this money knowing she wasn't gonna give you nothing but a smile. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
Listen.
But
See, if that would have been one of my neighbors, like Miss Basie would have been like, they know not to roll up on them Coleman house like that. I mean, y'all knew my daddy. Y'all knew who that cat was.
Real
Mhm.
talk.
Y'all know I'm not lying. Y'all know I'm not lying. If a cat roll up on my daddy house like that, I remember one time a girl rolled up at the crib at 2:00 in the morning, honking because I had done some foul stuff to her, so I led her to do it. And I came outside the house and said, "Do you really? Did you?
Ah,
You better move on.
he wasn't lying, y'all.
You
no.
better move on. My daddy
He
will come
really-
out here shooting at you. You better move on. You don't roll up on my daddy house."
But that just goes to another strong father taking care of his own, which kind of transitions into what I would like to talk about as far as today's perspective. I pose this question to you
That was
guys.
a damn good transition.
Should a single father who receives no support from his child's egg donor seek mandated child support help to support his child? I'll read that again. Should a single father who receives no support, be it emotional, monetary, physical, anything, seek child support from that egg donor mandated by the courts to help support his child?
You want me to
Well,
go
you know,
first?
the way that
Oh, okay.
the way that you use inflection points and emphasis on certain words kind of tells us how you feel about it.
Right.
No support.
No, not from physical, not from
She don't do
financial,
shit.
not from emotion.
I'm just
All
giving
she did was donated an egg. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
and that's all
John,
she
it's
did.
on you, bro.
And she also incubated the egg.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
So
you got
Okay.
real
now,
technical
so
on it.
Johnny Quick,
Right.
I'll come to you
Incubated the egg.
first. I'll come to you first, Johnny Quick.
I'm gonna go from the standpoint of from ever is not the has sole custody of the child, and I'm gonna come from this perspective. It's in the best interest that you get a mandated child support. The reason for this is, let's say your child grows up and becomes, let's say the age of 17 years and 11 months. And you've been donating, giving money, buying gifts, doing all these different things. But if the parent who has sole custody takes you to court,
Custodial parent.
the custodial, thank you, the custodial parent takes you to court for child support, you're going to have to pay 18 years worth of child support. Even though you have receipts, you have all kinds of things saying, the courts will say it was
Those
a
were
gift. And I would say in the best, right, in the best interest of the non-custodial parent, is best that you get it mandated, you pay child support, because on down the line, when it's forced up on you and it's almost 18 years, you're going to have to make up for that lost time. So from that standpoint, I say yes. Now, from the other side, I have a friend who went through court, and their non-custodial father tried to, when she served papers, and the kids in high school served papers, then the parent wants to all of a sudden take custody of the child. Had kind of like your scenario, no financial support, no emotional support, hasn't seen the child, and all these different things. Now you get to this part of it. Now you want to become the sole custodial parent, and you don't even know this child growing up. How dare you? Now you have rights to see your child, but you have to also look at it from the standpoint your child don't know you. And I'm gonna come from this standpoint as being raised by my mother, and my father was two doors down from me. And I later found out he was my father. He wasn't um given mandated child support. He barely gave any support. But But the thing is, and this is what really tore our relationship, when he moved out of town and I went to visit him, he's up here bragging about this is my son and all the success that he's done, his chest poked out. And that pissed me off because you had no input on the success of my life. So how dare you lay claim as to what I've accomplished? This is all my mother's. So that's from the standpoint of being a non-custodial parent, a custodial parent, and a child growing up in that environment. And I'll leave it at that.
Well, damn, you sold that bag up.
Yeah, I'm
JP?
like, next question. Shit.
Right.
Hey, Pete,
Right.
on to you.
I think it's a wrap on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
All right. To the
shit,
question
Buchan
of,
shit.
to the question of should that father, as the custodial parent, pursue child support from the non-custodial deadbeat mom? I say, hell yes. If that child support is going to further enhance that child's life, which, when you think about it, any additional money coming into a household is going to enhance a child's life. No matter how much money that father makes, if he ends up getting a little bit more money and it can be used to further enhance that child's life, the child's going to benefit from it. So, yeah. Now, here's the thing. It's been over 25 years since I worked at the Division of Child Support Enforcement. Okay. Now,
Oh, he got a
25 plus years ago, I did have some deadbeat moms on my caseload. I had fathers calling in and asking, where is my child support? Did you, I gave you the name of her employer. Did you send the garnishment? Why is no money coming in? Because they needed that money. And my approach to handling those cases, I didn't care if it was an absent father. I didn't care if it was an absent mother. All I care about is the kids and whether or not the kids will benefit from that money. And so I empathize with those fathers who were like, I need this money. My kid deserves to have it. Where is it? Now, something that I encountered this week, that's why I thought this question was really interesting, is a parent was saying that, and this was a female custodial parent who only gets about $100 and something in child support from the non-custodial parent who owns a house, has about 4 cars, and she is sincerely struggling. And she was saying that she talked to an attorney and decided not to pursue child support because the attorney fees was going to end up being more than what she was going to get for child support. And what I explained to her that she was totally unaware of. So I'm addressing this so that our viewers can be aware of this. You don't have to hire a $200-300 an hour attorney to get your damn child support.
Hello.
You can go to the Division of Child Support Enforcement and they will pursue your child support for free. Child support orders are either judicial or administrative. So yes, you can go through the court system and get a judicial order for child support, but if you don't have the money to pay an attorney, you go and get it done for free by the state, whatever state you live in. They'll do an administrative order for child support and you'll get your damn money. So
what would they? Okay, I got a question for you on that one. What would they do in the case where that non-custodial parent is in a different state than what that person's in?
Oh, they still go after that. Let me tell you, they will
They'll
go after
find
child
you.
support. That parent can be in prison. I once issued a garnishment against prison wages. The convict wasn't making nothing but about 50 cents an hour. I said, hell, he got to give up that 50 cents. Because I got this parent.
Popo ain't shit.
This parent is blowing my damn phone, calling my supervisor, because that's what happens is if you work in enforcement and you do not get those parents their child support. They have a fit. They call your supervisor. Like, they will get you in trouble. And so even a person in prison bank accounts can be garnished. Social
Also, you
Security.
hit they books. Y'all hitting people books?
Yeah.
Taking their cigarettes,
Yes.
the kids are smoking.
Hey, they walk in there taking their snacks.
Whatever, let me tell you, whatever
Kids out
a
there smoking.
non-custodial parent has,
The oodles and noodles.
Hey,
all
John,
of it can be taken. And so
kids
my
are smoking,
thing,
talking
though,
about this is my child support.
I do ask that people look at it from the perspective of how is a child going to be affected, because sometimes what ends up getting garnished is people's, disability, things like that the non-custodial parent does truly need. Now, in those cases, though, those are people who are paying about $25 a month in damn child support. Like, they're not paying a lot of money.
Because they base it off of a percentage of what your gross is or something, right?
Yeah, if the person is employed and they owe arrears, you can take the entire monthly amount of child support. Let's say they're supposed to pay $500 a month. You can send a garnishment, the worker can, for the $500, and then if they owe back child support, which is arrears, you can take up to 50% of that, which is an additional $250 for $750. And so what I would do, if I got parents blowing up my phone, fathers who's like, this hoe is working. Now I need this where she work, and you better get my money. I would send in the order for the whole $750. When the woman would call in tears, and she's like, you are taking almost half my paycheck. Like, I'm working at Burger King. So what I would say is, listen, I tell you what, if you promise not to quit this job, because you've been quitting and running, and he keep finding you. If you promise not to quit this job, I will reduce this order, because it can be reduced down to as low as 15% of the arrears, which is the $500 plus 15%. And if the woman would agree, and she's like, I promise I won't leave, but please don't take $750 out of my check. I'm flipping damn burgers. And then I would contact the father and say, listen, I know you want the whole $750, but she keeps quitting and leaving. So you need to take this lower amount, or you ain't gonna get a damn thing, because she's gonna quit.
You being a double agent then, or hell.
Yep.
Listen,
Yeah, because
shit, he turned into an arbitrator.
he did.
Yeah, because you have to get them. It's a process of negotiating to get them both to a point where they agree on an amount. Because when the non-custodial parent quits their job and leaves, it takes months to find them. And some employers don't want to be bothered with withholding the amount of child support, sending it to the circuit clerk's office. So some employers will present obstacles because they don't want to be bothered with child support.
They don't want to deal
so
with
that's the thing. Right. And so that has to be explained to the custodial parent. Don't make this woman run away. Or if it's a man, don't make this man run away. Like, you need to take what the hell you can get.
Before we go to Coleman, I'd like to draw your attention to his eyewear. Go ahead, Coleman.
Okay. Hey, you want some nice opticals there, my brother.
Listen, man, I'm a man of fashion.
Are those new spectacles?
Yeah, they are. He switched up on us.
Right.
He switched up. I seen him when he grabbed them and cleaned them. I knew something was up. And then
He's trying to show
off. And then he got a little closer.
Closer? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He's striking damn poses. What the hell is going on?
Don't make me do it. No, man. I picked them up, and I just wanted to try them on this evening. So I appreciate you all acknowledging those.
We know you like the words of affection.
Mm-hmm.
We can give you a little.
Oh, he's serious about his glasses.
I know.
Y'all be tripping. Y'all be good. You know, on the question, yeah, he should pursue it. You know what I mean? Um, I'm having a hard time focusing on the question because Gerald said something about you know, if the person's on disability, they really need that money, and that's where I think I want to take a little bit a little different take on this. Um, when I was in college, when I went to K State, I think my sister Stacy found out that I was doing a lot of bad stuff down there with the various women that I was dating and messing with. And so my sister told me, she said, you know, everybody you sleep with can potentially be your baby mom. So when Gerald just said sometimes they be on disability and they need that money, I'm like, who is out here screwing people on disability? We need to do a better job of screening. We need to do a better job of screening the people we sleeping with, because everybody you sleeping with can be your baby mama or baby daddy. Yeah, I mean, it costs. I got two sons, man. It costs a lot of money to raise kids. So
Mhm.
if you're trying to do it on a singular income, that is a problem. Um, you got to make a lot of money to damn near not be below the poverty line trying to raise kids. I mean, when you look at the school system now, they don't pay for shit. You got to pay for the sports. You got to pay for any activities they do. You damn near paying for the books. Just to put kids through school, you need two incomes. And that's not even including all the things that they want to do outside of school, all the experiences that you want to have that you want your kids to have
They
so they
just
can have
posted.
so they can have a broader breadth of knowledge than what we have. So yeah, I think you should go after them. But again, y'all got to quit screwing these people on disability. That's all I can say.
Hey, they just posted it from birth to 18. It costs $310,000 to raise a child. They just posted that this week.
Wait, how
And
much?
that
$310,000.
and that's if
Damn.
you're doing it on that's if you're doing it on the low side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's if you're doing
oh
it on the
my
low side.
God.
You
And
know what
and
I'm
and
saying?
get, and get this. I know people who are in their 60s and 70s who are still paying child support and their kids are grown. So that's
Oh
why I
yeah.
say, so that's why I say, get it out the way, get it taken care of, because it will come back on you later in life,
Yeah.
and they will go after your social security, your disability check, all these different things. Just like your student loans, they they they'll find you.
And now that you mentioned those numbers, because for those fathers out there who are contemplating this, because fathers are very resistant to go after child support.
It's a
Even
societal
when,
issue.
yeah, even when the mothers have good jobs, because I know men who are like, I need the money, but I don't want to go after her for child support because they empathize with so many of their male friends who pay child support and they don't want to be the recipient of it. But you throwing out those numbers on what it costs to raise a kid, that is a lot of damn money. And it makes me think about when our sons were still kids and at home, we spent at least $200 every weekend just on entertainment. That doesn't count and include fees
Okay,
for
stop
sports
right there.
and
Stop.
different.
Hold on. Stop. Did we stop?
We're not gonna
Did we
go down
stop?
that path.
What's wrong?
No, we got to address this shit. How much did you spend every
For entertainment, for my two boys, we would spend $200 every weekend between Friday and Sunday. That didn't count the fees for their extracurricular activities, sports, band, this,
For,
that.
for a weekend,
Kids,
that's about right though for four people. That's him, Nadine, and the two boys. That's $50, basically $50 a person for the weekend. But not every goddamn weekend. That's a
this
little
past
excessive.
weekend,
That's a
we
little
went,
excessive every
we
weekend.
was in Branson this past weekend. One weekend in Branson was almost $1,000. Kids are expensive. And
They
for
are. But
those,
can we rewind? Can rewind?
For
I
the
want to get
low
off topic.
ball. Right.
I want to get off
for the
topic
low
a little
ball.
bit. Can we just rewind real quick and go back to maybe like our first show? Because the topic of bougie and how we do shit came up, and everybody
Yeah.
would not acknowledge that their
my
level on the bougie list.
how did I
He
walk
is high on the
into
bougie.
Yes.
I
This
walked
dude is
into
high on
this.
the
Like I
bougie
said,
list.
Y'all tricked me.
her weekend. No,
He is
you did
high.
it to
No.
yourself.
She
Her
tricked
Yeah.
you.
weekend is cool. Her
She tricked
weekend,
you.
that's cool. Her
I hope
weekend,
Nadine walk in the room and slap you out of show on. She
Right.
tricked you.
I
Yeah,
walked
right.
right into that.
but every damn weekend.
Every weekend.
Okay, go back to making your point.
Y'all about to have popcorn this weekend and watch this Netflix. It's
You
cheap.
know what I'm saying?
I can't believe I walked right in it. I should have saw that shit
Single
coming.
people with no kids ain't going out entertainment budgets of 200 every
Listen,
weekend.
I'll be lucky to do 200 for 2 months.
My point is,
okay, hold
But
on.
see, you
time
don't
out.
drink, John.
Johnny Quick.
No, we got it.
Johnny,
John, shit, it was John lying. John, every time I go on Facebook, everybody who have a party in Kansas City, you there. All of them ain't free, dog.
that's true.
No, I'm not. I'm at the free events.
Okay, move on.
But
It's like
but
you
you
don't-
know
you don't
what?
like
Since
I
you brought
don't.
it that deep, I have seen a shadow over to like his left, and it ain't when he was moving his arm. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh, he got company? Johnny Quick,
I don't have
you
no
got company?
I don't have no company.
Hey, I seen a little shadow appear a couple times, and he wasn't moving no arm.
Uh-oh, it's the grown man experience.
Damn.
Are
Hey,
you in the middle of a? Did we interrupt the grown
Yeah,
man
hey.
experience?
hey, he had a Puff Daddy moment. I know y'all seen when Puffy was on live with somebody and it was panning, and his little chick got come on.
Oh hell, Johnny
We did
Quick.
get off topic, didn't we?
Did we interrupt you in the middle of a grown man experience?
No. No.
But hey,
But this is a perfect opportunity to say this. This is a disclaimer. All views and comments are not a representation of everyone a part of this podcast.
well stated, my brother, and you left out like, share, and subscribe. Well, y'all, we've come to the club. Hey, we've come down to the end. I like to give everybody about 30 seconds to say goodbye to everybody, and maybe go back over the topics we discussed on the good, bad, and ridiculous. Let them babies have fun at a party. As far as I'm concerned, put your personal things aside. Catch her on the plaza, run across the street, whoop that ass.
Not on the plaza. Better whoop that ass in Westport.
He went to jail in the places.
You gonna mess up his bougie.
Places.
Listen,
He
you
jail
gonna mess
either
up his
places.
you gonna mess up his bougie money. He's like, don't mess up my plaza. Take that stuff to Westport. Don't come down to my bougie plaza.
Don't be doing that on the plaza.
What do you have to close, Mr. Coleman?
Hey, while he's
Spokane.
frozen in time. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm on, so I appreciate y'all giving me grace for that. I'm just gonna say something that y'all always say because I never say it. We appreciate you all tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and keep sending comments. The brothers love to hear the feedback. I don't read them because I know y'all be talking about me. So.
Well, someone said these dudes should stop slinging poverty penis and dipping it in everything.
You know what I'm saying? Poverty penis ain't good.
That's true. Hey, or
But you
develop
also-
develop a stronger pullout game. Can't
Hey,
have that
that's
weak
but you
base
also
Can't have
listen,
a
but
weak
you also
pullout
need
game.
you also need a stronger screening process if you dealing with poverty penis.
Stop screwing chicks on disability.
Yes. If she got one leg, let it ride.
Hey, I got a cousin who's like, I don't care. Let her
Hey,
crawl
remember
in
that-
here.
Remember that time we went to Emporia?
Let her crawl in here.
Remember that time we went to Emporia and that chick had that wood leg?
I don't recall that one, bro.
And your boy from St. Louis went ahead and dealt with that.
I don't recall that.
Oh wow. People on disability need love too.
Yes,
Yes.
they do. Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
just not from everybody. Let them get it from somebody else on disability.
Well, and use condoms.
You know, as a person who deals with diversity, equity, inclusion, I think love should be shared by all.
Yes.
Actually, I probably should do a disclaimer too. As
Hey.
a therapist, these views are not shared by all.
You're the one giving the views.
I know, but I gotta backtrack. He just reminded me I need to backtrack.
I ain't gonna backtrack on my. Hey, fellas, you gotta have a strong pull-out game if you're gonna go in them low weighting pools.
Pull out is not effective enough.
You might get something that you don't want. Okay.
Please don't resort to the pull out. Just use condoms. people.
I'm just saying, but you gotta have a strong pull-out game if you're not gonna use condoms. Period.
Oh my God! Please,
Ain't
people,
no
use
such
condoms.
thing game, bro.
Okay.
You pulled
It's
out, and you
common.
got a strong credit card and go. Never mind.
The
Anywho,
existence of
It's called
pre-ejaculatory
pre-ejaculatory
fluid.
fluid.
Why are we saying the same thing at the same time? The
Yeah.
existence of pre-ejaculatory
Yeah.
fluid. No
That-
pulling out, people. Please use
Hey.
condoms.
Those that didn't understand, that's the pre-cum, y'all. That's that little clear stuff that flowed out first.
We was trying to use a clinical term.
Babies are
So,
in there.
Let
Babies
me
are in there.
give a new disclaimer. Get to know your mate. Make sure that you love the people that you are having intercourse with, and be prepared to father children and live with that person for the rest of your life. What y'all think about that? That sound good?
That was
did.
good. No,
Hey, a
really.
wise
that was-
man once told me, he said, don't sleep with nobody you don't want to have a baby by.
My sister Stacy told me that. And I was like, "You too late. I've been in these streets."
and someone
you know-
said, "It's pink and don't stink."
Hey, as I say,
Wait, what's the
before,
next comment, Johnny?
I'm
Quick.
not a member. I'm
It
not a
said-
member of the community, but I do politics through the community.
Oh, you do community service anyway.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you know you do community service.
I shake hands and kiss babies.
Hey,
Uh,
listen, and he community services all week. He don't even do it on the weekend.
Right.
It be Monday. What you
24/7,
need?
365.
What you need?
24/7, 365.
Johnny, quick, what was that comment?
It said, "If it's pink and don't stink."
Oh wow.
Okay, on that note, hey, hit the y'all.
Getting graphic.
We'll catch y'all next time.